What's up, guys? It's Hitch here, and today I've got a pretty informative and important commentary to bring to you guys. It's been a big issue lately about whether the Xbox One, as you see on the screen right now, is going to be featured in the next season of MLG. And I thought I'd do a commentary on it, maybe give you my opinions on the situation, and maybe you can create some opinions of your own. Alright, well, let's get started. Alright, so let's talk about the features that the Xbox One is giving us. First of all, there's a new controller. It's lighter and it doesn't have a battery pack in the back. The big thing about the Xbox One is that the Kinect is a lot better. There's a 1080p camera and it tracks your movements a lot better, and now it is fully voice activated, so you can, turn on your Xbox with your voice and things like that. The thing about the new Xbox is that it's really geared towards entertainment, like movies and TV shows, Skyping with people while browsing the internet, like things like that, not really gameplay based. It's kind of like Microsoft's Windows 8, and then they put it on an Xbox and made like a supercomputer. Well, my thing with the Xbox One is that it's got some awesome features, and I'm really excited to see where they go with it, but it doesn't seem like much is geared towards the gameplay. It doesn't seem like there's going to be any game altering things that the Xbox One provides for us. It seems like it's just entertainment based, like it's Microsoft's response to Apple TV and things like that. It seems like very television and media based. And I'm showing old gameplay now, because if you think back to when you had the original Xbox and then all of a sudden it switched over to Xbox 360, it was like a whole different world. It was like you can now play in high definition than you didn't even know it was possible. Now you've got a wireless controller and you turn on your entire system through that controller. You don't have to go over and touch a button. I know these seem like little things, but if you recall back, it seemed like mind-blowing. The Xbox marketplace was popping, like Xbox Live was popping, like everything was so big and you had to have it. It was like going from a flip phone to the iPhone for the very first time, and everyone was asking their mom and dads for it for Christmas. All their buddies were talking about it, and it was just so awesome, and it was like record breaking and groundbreaking actually. I just don't feel this way about the Xbox One. I feel like it's exactly what we have, just a little bit better. I feel like instead of flip phone to iPhone, it's now just iPhone 4 to iPhone 5. It's that little bit of an edge, and I'm just not very excited about it. The big concern that I have about taking on the Xbox One for the next MLG season is that it's gonna be super costly for besides these players that are sponsored by these big name companies. The rest of us are just gonna have to pay for these things. We're gonna have to pay the $4.99 for the Xbox One. We're gonna have to pay the $99 to $150 for a new scuff, $150 to $180 for a capture card. We're gonna have to pay $99 to $250 for a new headset. And most of these things are necessity in order to compete, in order to try to make it somewhere in this Call of Duty competitive community. And that's what some of these people really want to do. That doesn't include travel, that doesn't include team passes, that doesn't include these smaller items like squid grip and control freaks, and these things add up. And secondly, if MLG, which is by far the biggest competitive platform in Call of Duty, if they take on the Xbox One, then what is that going to mean for these smaller lands? These smaller lands like UMG or EGL or things like that, like these local lands, even the local lands that we have in our own cities. Like, what is that going to mean for them? Because once we're going to have to sell all of our things that we have now in order to buy the new and improved items that we are required to have. So what is that gonna mean for them? Are they gonna provide us with Xbox Ones? Because I don't think these smaller companies are gonna be able to buy 30 Xbox Ones in order just for us to compete, because they're $4.99 a piece. So is that gonna dwindle these little companies out? If so, that's hurting Call of Duty, that's hurting even PGL, that's hurting competitive Halo, that's still struggling to stay alive. We have grown so much in esports over this past game with Black Ops 2, and so I feel like this is just not the way to go. We need to go up. We need to go above and beyond, and have another very successful game, and make memories out of that. Now, if I were to guess, I would say that MLG has contracts with either Activision or Microsoft, and that's why they want to bring on the Xbox One. But there are other solutions to promoting that product without having to force all of us to buy it, and without having to possibly ruin what we have made over the past year. And that would be to just advertise it at the events, to advertise it on your website. I don't know if you've ever been to an MLG event, but there's booths everywhere. To have an Xbox One booth, to just share with all of these people that there are so many cool features in the Xbox One. And then as we all start to see it, and as we all start to buy it, then eventually I think we can make the transition over from 360 to Xbox One, but we can't do it suddenly. We can't do it in a week. It's just not gonna work. I mean, we're gonna lose a lot of players that way.